So tonight in Clear's Tai Chi, again, we're summarizing and reviewing for taking the test for section 1. And so there's a number of items here that we're covering. One of them is basically somebody ought to be able to put you in any kind of crazy position they can kind of come up with. Do that. There you go. From there, what's a move that's in the Tai Chi set that you could do without having to move very much? Come around here so they can see it. Very much or very far, and yet you'd be right in that move from where you're at. Okay, nice. And then what's on your shoe there? Yep, okay, that one. Right, and so grab for my arm. And what's one from there? I'm trying to put him in whatever crazy position I can kind of get him in. Okay, and you get the idea, and it should be one you can go right to it. And if we're pushing hands, it should be where, if I'm coming this way, and now you make a move that's a Tai Chi move to counter and come back, it shouldn't be putting a bunch of pressure against me. You can void me off, but you don't want to push directly too. That wouldn't be Tai Chi, normally. And your turn. Okay, and, well, yeah, you were on there. So I came off of that. Stay right there, don't let me just come off of that. All right, and I'll come into fist under elbow, actually. A little more correctly, there we go. And then I'm coming into parry. His turn, so he did a cloud hand. Yikes! All right, and so then it's right into that, right? Okay, anyways, like that, and then keep going and going. And the idea is to get very, very good at it, that you could be very flowing and yet still right there for your move and not having to think about it. Part of that is you've really got to know your form pretty well, right? And have done it enough to where it's just sort of an automatic. And then this really helps you think about it again in a whole different light, and the continuity, and also it's good for you to work on having somebody put you in the different positions. Also, another way you could do this is, to work on it is, I want you to do, I'm going to pick moves from the 8 or the 13. I want you to do Wild Horse, and from Wild Horse, I want you to go directly into Cloud Hands. And then go to Cloud Hands from there. Right? And so you can tell that one. Or go from Wild Horse and now go to Needle Searches C. Wild Horse to Needle Searches C. Anyways, you get the idea, and take any 2 or 3 and start lining them up like that, and then that really will start to help you to get better and better flow, because it'll be like, wait a minute, I'm trying to get from here to something else that seems unconnected. How do you get there? And then by working on that, you'll come to it. All right, thank you for a moment. We did do the 8-move set where your focus is on your core and your quads, this area, and that the hand, and what they say in the Tai Chi classics for the sayings on this is if you have no arms or legs. So a lot of times people do the Tai Chi set and they get into this thing where they're doing, you know, all this stuff, and the arms are really moving around, but it's disconnected from the body, and this really isn't how Tai Chi is meant to be done. It really should be. And so if you watch my center here, and so it really is all the movements coming off of that. And if any one part moves, the whole body moves. And of course, we've got that in the curriculum where you can see the whole video on that, but and more detail of it and that kind of thing. But I wanted to at least do that much of it here. And you can see that at clearsmartialarts.com on our paid member site, which you can do for $5 for 2 weeks to try it out. Doing the Wu Chi posture, doing it enough that you can feel the proper flow through of just your own body's internal energy, whatever that is. And then check it with the energy ball, and then with the energy ball. So doing that life force and building and circulating your energy by holding this and being here with this for a little bit. And feeling that. And then to help you to turn the energy on, you can use like the electrical, which is putting your weight up towards your toes and really being very well aligned, and you start to feel that quality. And when you put that into there, you can start to feel that buzzing, for lack of a better way to put it. That's one way to help get it. Another way is to picture that you're underwater and you can feel the pressure of the water all over you, and that you can really feel that everywhere. And again, that's a density, if you were, that you can really begin to feel and get a sense of, that's helping you to get a sense of your own body's energy, or at least your mental connection to it. And then from there, we did the Wudong energy ball matched to the amount of breath. When you go inward and your weight's up towards the front, right, that's compressing. And when you come back and outward, that's magnetic. Now there's some secret to this that really does start to get this, to show it to you one more time. That way, and it's got that magnetic, put your like hands onto my arms quality, right? And go to push hands for a second. Pushing, 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 pushing. Right, like that, and it really, and I'm showing it to you slow and kind of easy, but it gets to be where as you get better at it and understand it and can manipulate that, where you can do it fast. Again, that I've got on our member site. I at least wanted to demonstrate it for you here so you can kind of see it at work. It does go to the empty force thing when you understand it and can use it well. I'm not saying that that's so much for use for fighting on its own directly, but it is an assist for things you would use for fighting, although I wouldn't rely on that by itself. It's generally speaking not strong enough to somebody that's trying to take your head off. But once connection gets made, it can be used to great purpose if you really have it and understand it and that kind of thing. Or somebody grabbing you, and I used the other one to pull him, and he went, wait a minute, because he felt like I was physically doing this, even though it didn't move much, and then I switched it back the other way. That'll shoot him off of you. Again, it's a training thing. Anyway, so how to do that. And we'll be feeling for that for our testing purposes. So anybody you've got that's completed this level 1 test for my intermediate curriculum, they're going to be able to do this. And not think they're doing it, but actually be able to do it. You'll be able to get it demonstrated from where you can feel it and tell, even though don't expect it to be so powerful that they're pulling over the building or the giant 250-pound killer person attacking them. Not really the point of it initially. It's more about the control of the energy in your own body and being able to use it for your health and well-being, and then ultimately, eventually, as an add or an addition, a helpful addition to self-defense, but not on its own like the self-defense thing. And so I wouldn't want anybody to misconstrue that I said that. So I'm making it very plain right here. And then we've got what we call an elastic stretch for 10 seconds where you're really doing the extra for feeling the electrical. And then the same thing where you've got an elastic stretch pull. Of course, I got those ways of looking at it from Mark Rasmus. Although I had the magnetic from my teachers in the 80s and then got more of it from the Wu style masters out of Shanghai and that kind of thing. So it is proper Tai Chi stuff. I simply like the way that he kind of codified it and put it together to work on it. So that's all I'm going to really say about it here. Now, when you do Wudong, and Wudong has this, and you do a rocking energy ball with their stuff, if they're really, really real and having it, and I did study from one of those masters, this was Pei Shi Rong, then when you're working it this way, anybody that's really standing there should be able to get a sense or a feel of that energy, even if it's not something that they normally do, but because of the feel of it. And if you're not moving the energy and you're doing this one, please study our materials. I do teach in our programs how to do this, to really do that for the circulation, for your body, for the health, I am 52 years old and am in the best shape of my life at the moment. And some of that is keeping myself fit, but absolutely the internal parts of this are a big piece of what's going on there too. And my teacher, Uncle Bill, says the best way to train long term for health and longevity is internal and external system, both. So I know that Tai Chi is typically thought of as being an internal only system, and that's true, but also there's a fitness that ideally is kept so that you have both things going on. Again, I wouldn't want people to misconstrue what I'm saying about any of this. Now people can disagree with the approach to it. Talk to my teachers, not me. I'm teaching what they taught me that I found works, that has kept them healthy and well until old age. Pei Shi Rong was 89 when I learned from him. Uncle Bill is 80 and he can still move and fight. These are the people I aspire to, the Wu masters. Master Ma Yulang was 95 when I studied from him and could still move well. So these are the people I look to. Fighting is long life and health as much as it is conflicts with other people, maybe more, because you're guaranteed, if you continue to live, to hit the old age part of it. The conflicts with other people, well, ideally we're working on that and getting better all the time. Or not better at the conflict, but better at not having the conflict, right? And then last but not least, make sure that you're moving and feeling the energy when you do your carry the cauldrons. Right? And that you're also putting everything away. And relaxing when you do your grand Tai Chis and moving what you feel of your body energy, life force, relaxing, putting it away, letting it all get stored for health, for long-term health. Also, if you're doing other Qigongs, or some Qigong has been done to you in a bad way or in a disruptive way, you can use these and restore that back to what it's supposed to be. If you do this and there's still a bunch of energy, then you want to do compacting energy. That's shown again in our program on clearmartialarts.com. And we go into some detail and depth about all of that. So thanks for watching.